welcome back to Path to Mastery. Today I want to talk about my approach to choosing a new build and what I want. So I made a video a little while back about losing a build in a balance change, and I've been playing the season as random. I've gotten about 150 games in, maybe not that many, about over 100, well over 100 games in, and I kind of took my average, and overall, my Protoss is still my best race right now, but that's because I think I've played it most recently. Then Zerg is my second best race, and I think that's just because you don't really need a build order for Zerg. You just kind of macro and get 60 workers as soon as you can and smash out. But Terran is very build order dependent. You really need to have a build order that you know what you're doing with, and Terran has been difficult because I kind of just like wing it. I've got a couple good openers and I wing it, but like the new balance change basically cut two of my three previously used builds just completely out. The new Cyclone is really good, but I can't get it out in time like how I wanted to defend it before in my Terran versus Protoss. I used to do a double Cyclone drop, so I'd get some Cyclones out really early in this matchup and use those to defend, and then as soon as I had a drop ship, I would send over the two Cyclones that I made to defend for drop in their base, and I could kill some workers, I could take out some tech. I was able to really do some damage with that, and then transition into a bio play. With TVZ, it's just my 2-1-1. I've been doing decent with it. The follow through, the 2-1-1, the drop does a lot of damage. I either kill some overlords, push back creep, or get into the main or the third, and I've been doing really well. But if they see it coming and if I can't get any damage done with the front push, then I usually have a 2-tank push at about 7 minutes 30 seconds with +1/+1. That does a lot of damage into the third, and I just can't get that very clean. That push doesn't come at 7:30. It usually comes about 8. Maybe 8:30 even, so it's about 30 seconds to a minute late, and they just have too much stuff by then. So then I'm playing on the back foot the whole game, and I'm it's not terrible, but I just need to clean it up. But right now, my TVT, I used to do a Morrow build, and I have it still on the channel. It's old now, but I would get about anywhere from 2 to 6 Cyclones depending on what I scouted first, and just to kind of stay alive, and then I'd do a bio push. But now the meta for TVT and stuff is kind of changing right now because of the Cyclone and the new battle cruiser and stuff like that. So first off, when I go to pick a new build order, I have to identify my problem. So my problem right now is my TVT. It's not even 50%, and I like to stay at least above 50%. I think if I push this above 50%, I'll be able to push maybe even up towards Diamond 2 this season, but I'm not doing too well in this game, TVT. So I used to do like this Cloak Banshee build, but then I realized like if you do this Cloak Banshee all in, the main counter for it is like just you take a second base, and then you lose because if my Cloak Banshee doesn't do mass damage, if you save up one scan, take it out, then I'm just behind. And they have bio out or a bunch of mech or something like that. So it's hard. So you keep in mind your problem, and you kind of focus on it. But it could be that your problem isn't just like a bad win rate. It could be you don't like the way that you're playing. Like I said, the Cloak Banshee build I used to do, it was very all in-ish, and I just didn't like it. It was like a starport expand, which is really late for an expansion, by the way, if you're playing Terran. So I didn't like it. I didn't like how I played it. It was really good. I had like a 70% win rate with it against TVT, but I just didn't like how... I didn't like all-inning on it. I just felt kind of cheesy, so I didn't like it. So second thing that you have to do is enjoy... pick a build that you like the playstyle. So for me, I don't like to play mech. I just don't like it. And I want a build that I get stimmed before the 5-minute mark, so I can, get by a 7-minute push for bio is what I want. So those are like the two big things. I looked at a bunch of other builds. There were some really interesting like Raven Banshee builds and stuff like that I was looking at, but the third and fourth Rex came in at almost 8 minutes, and then like the stim started at like 7:30. So I was like, yeah, that's. I feel like it's another kind of cloak banshee build where I do a lot of damage in the front with like weird units, and then if it's not working, it transitions into a stable game. So not really what I wanted. So the next thing you have to do, so you identify your problem, you figure out what kind of play style you want to do, and then you start looking up stuff. So I'm going to link a build order in the playlist below, in the comments below. But I found a really good build order from Innovation and Bunny. Innovation versus Bunny. So I'm going to try to play that right now. And I've not really looked at it too much, but I looked at enough to know that this is something I'm interested in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at what he's doing and how he's using his units and why he's using them this way. So this is Innovation that we're watching right now. He's, if you don't know who Innovation is, he's like one of the top 5 Terrans in the world. So right now we're going, let's take a look. So gas first. I'm pretty sure this is just a factory expand. So I want to see what he's doing and why. Kind of look at it and see if this is something I would like to do. I would like to try. Alright, so I'm going to say this is a Rex. I'm going to just put up the build order up here. So we're looking at the white. So he's going Rex, fills up the gas immediately, takes a second gas. Okay. Okay. Still looking to expand out. This isn't going to be a first-person view thing or anything like that. I'm not going to be following this so closely the whole game. But all right, let me see. How quickly does it fill his second gas? Immediately. Okay, so he fills the second gas straight away. Let's see what the next steps are. Okay. Stopping at 19. Orbital, factory. No Reaper yet. And he's taking off gas. Okay. So a lot happened right there. He went orbital, factory first, took off of gas. So he's at 2-1. So he took 3 off of gas, and then he started his Reaper. So a lot happened right there. So usually I go orbital, Reaper, expand. This is going to be orbital, factory, remove from gas, and then get the Reaper. So I think he's not scouted. He didn't do a 17 drone scout or anything like that, or worker scout. I think that's because he's going a little more pressure up front, so he's able. If you go factory before your expansion, you don't really need to. Scout so much. It looks like at the other player. Let me see here. Yeah, there's a scout. You could see on the map that they sent something out to scout this SCV. It looks like. Because he's doing something a little bit greedy, he's doing the basic Reaper expand. So, because Innovation is being a little more aggressive with this build, he doesn't need to scout, while Bunny is being a little more greedy with his build. He is scouting, but he's going to try to take an earlier natural. So, okay, let's keep going. Alright, so let's see what he does with his first couple units here. And see when he puts back on the gas. So, depot. 20. Okay. Which SCV is he using to expand out? That's always important. What SCV is he going to use?
Command center upgrade complete.
Okay, drop a mule right away. So it looks like this SCV. Yeah, the same SCV that built his Rex is going to build the factory. Is going to build the. Okay, so now hold on. Okay, so let's take a look at this. The first SCV that he used to build the barracks is also building the factory, and then as soon as that's done, he's going to take it to build his command center. So easy to remember. Second depot placing is up here, probably just because he doesn't want to walk all the way over there. Reapers, tanks, Marines, it doesn't really matter about having a wall, but he wants to know if there's anything coming in suspiciously. So now, at the same time, orbital command is rallied back into the gas. I want to see if he fills it up immediately or if he slowly fills it up. Okay, looks like he's slowly filling it back up. He's got the Hellion, second Reaper on the way. Command center goes down. Alright, let's see what's going on next. So he's not really sent his Reaper out yet. Okay, so 240. I want to have these three out. This is one of my benchmarks I'm going to use. So 240. I've got 23 workers, 2 Reapers and a Hellion. Second command center on the way. Second Hellion on the way at 2 minutes 40. Alright. So now he's taking these out. Alright, and he rallies out a new SCV. So he's gonna rally out. Oh, that's really good to know. Hold on, let's see what supply he rallies out at. 29. At 29 supply, he's gonna rally out. Back onto minerals, and then he's gonna build a starport. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. 29 rally out. I'm gonna write that down. 29. 29 rally out to starport. Okay. Beautiful. So now what he's doing, he's getting a reactor. He is getting... Okay, so now let's see what he's doing. With these units, he's gone just out to this mid-ground. He's not really done a lot with it. Let's see what he's doing with... Okay, 3 minutes. 3 minutes, he's moving out with 2 Hellions. And at that time, he's getting more tech.
Additional supply depots required.
He's finishing up his supply depot.
Add-on.
Taking a third gas. Alright. So don't lose any units, but try to get in and get a little bit of damage. Alright. Let's see here. So starting to make Marines. So this is the opener, basically. He's gotten the opener down to here. Okay, let's see what's going on. What's he doing with this? Okay, he's looking for a drop.
Add-on complete.
He's looking for units coming across the map. Okay. Starting a Raven. Got his Cyclone out.
Command center
Still moving around his
complete.
little units here. Okay, hold on. Is he saving? Okay. Okay, so now the question is, why Four minutes double mule? I think that's because by the time a Cloak Banshee, a drop could come in soonish. So he's got his Cloak Banshee up here to stop any drops or anything coming in. He's used both of his scans, which means he's not afraid of a Cloak Banshee right now. About the unit composition he saw, he doesn't know. Okay, so at 4 minutes it's safe to use both of your mules and not save a scan. I want to know when he starts saving up for a scan. But right now he's still just using his units around the map. He's got his Cyclone back home. Let me see where he's rallying. Rallying everything to this depot. Taking his third gas very quickly. He's just constantly making workers, I think. Yes, constantly making workers. Alright, let's keep watching.
Better be good.
Alright. So now he's got... Alright. He's kind of waiting to see what's coming across the map. 4 minutes. What's he doing with his units? What are they doing here? Oh, that is sick. Alright. So, oh, that is so cool. Alright, I like this build. This is how I like to play. Alright, so what he's doing is he's got the 4 units. He didn't lose any with his first engagement. If they're being too greedy or anything like that, if they're going something, maybe they can get a unit or something like that. That is what he's trying to do. After that, He's taking these units and he's roaming around trying to catch a Reaper or trying to catch him out on the map somewhere around here. At home, he's got his Cyclone at home to defend. If anything is to come across. But I think after he sees the bunker, he knows that, okay, because on the other side of the map, let's look at what Bunny's doing right now. Let's think about this decision making. If you remember, Bunny took a early expand. And when Innovation got over and he sees the bunker, I think he knows that, okay, Bunny took an early expand and now is trying to just not die to stuff. I think at the time that Bunny came across, or Innovation came across, Bunny would have taken a lot of damage had this not been here. But he had Marines in this spot, in this bunker, so he's curious for a drop play. I think that's what's going on. But I love this this map vision. I'm totally going to do this. 4 minutes, about 4 minutes 30. This is about when I think a drop would be coming out. This was like getting close to the 2-1-1 timing. This is getting close to maybe Cloak Banshee showing up. So you'd be able to see a Cloak Banshee run across the map or not, but I like this. Alright. So I want to see when he's going to start to expand out. He's making Vikings. 2 Vikings at a time. And tanks. And he's not making any Marines. He's just making SCVs instead of Marines. Okay, so he sees that he's trying to move out. He takes all of his units. And he's going to go push. So that's the call. So at 5 minutes, what time was the actual push? What time was that actual push? I want to see. So let's see here. Beautiful, beautiful. Raven comes out. Tank comes out, starts another tank. Starts 2 Vikings. Just gonna start up 2 Vikings. Starts the depot, 2 SCVs. 450. 450 is when he starts to move out. 450 is when he's moving out. Okay. 450 is moving out with what units? Cyclone? Where's the Cyclone? Cyclone's in the base. 6 Marines. Raven. Siege tank. So 2 Reapers. 2 Hellions, 2 Reapers. Cyclone, Siege tank. 6 Marines, and a Raven. At 5 minutes. So yeah, 5 minutes, this is what he's moving out with. Cyclone stays home, maybe to take a drop or something like that if they're going to try to come in while he's moving out. Brilliant. Alright, let's see what's happening. During that time, he's got a 2nd tank. He's getting stim now. Starting up stim. Basically at stim. When you start stim, move out. That's what I'm going to be thinking. Move out at stim. Move out at stim. Okay, what time was that scan? What time was that scan? Let's see here. So he's moving across the map. Wants to see what he's dealing with. Move out at stim. 5-5-10. Scan. 5-12 scan. Okay. Alright. I really like how he's controlling this. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's a very active build. What's the APM right now? 200, 300. Okay. Trying to keep him contained. Alright, so now siege of the tanks at the back and use the Vikings and the Raven for vision.
Ready to blunder.
I think he's saving his Raven for the other Raven. If he can get that, if he can get his interference matrix on the Ravens, that will give him more damage.
Additional supply depots required.
Okay. Just trying to get that Raven. Okay, Cyclone is here. Cyclone did come along. taking a third base. So at this pressure, when he sees that he's being able to contain his opponent, he's taking his third. I think right now would be the time to say, okay, we're either going to all in or not. How many workers does he have? 47? This is the perfect time. So 44 workers is 2 fully saturated bases. 16, 19, 22, 44. So he's at 47 workers, which is just enough to keep production going. So right now, his convergence point at this point here, do we all in or do we expand out? If you can get the siege up and the contain, then we expand out. Start the rocks. Now the tank. He's rallying. Is he rallying all of his stuff out? Yes, everything is rallied out to there. He's going to try to move back forward. Interference matrices go down. Oh, okay. So, the control here is use the Vikings to get the vision without scanning. Instead of the scans, use the Vikings to get the vision. Okay. And now he's able to shell away at this. He's able to shell away at that.
Ready to blunder.
While he's expanding out. Let's see his production.
Ready to blunder.
He's getting double evos behind this for upgrades. Stim is finished. So let's see what upgrades he's going to get. So he's going to get +1/+1. +1/+1 started. And 2 Rex. So he's got +1/+1, 2 Rex started. Combat shields. So this is the follow-up. This is the timing now. So the timing is going to be contain. He's going to try to contain until he gets +1/+1 combat shields. And he's getting his more Rex online. And his third. He's also starting to saturate his third. This is really cool. I really like this. He's not making any... one thing he's not doing is he's not making any medevacs yet. And I think that's because he's... beginning game is basically tank Viking at the beginning of the game. Getting some liberators to take on more of the tanks. Armory. So air superiority is very important in TVT. I want to see when he starts making medevacs and why. So he's getting 4 reactors. So hold on, let's take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's been... oh, this is beautiful. I don't remember, I don't know when he got these extra 2. I saw these go down. I'm going to have to look at exactly when he opens up his production. But this is nasty. As soon as basically combat shield is finishing up, we get 4 reactors, and then here's our timing. Boom, boom, boom. As soon as 1-1-1 finishes, we're getting 1-1-1. We're still making tanks and stuff like that.
Add-on complete.
There it is. Viking medevacs are starting. So it seems that. All right, let's see. He's had air control for a while. Let's take a look. He's had air control over his opponent. As soon as you establish air control, you can start making medevacs, I guess. But I think the better idea is he's got all of his production online, and he's producing out of almost all of his barracks within the next 20 seconds. He's going to be starting to really pump out a bunch of Marines. At that point, it's starting to make medevacs are going to be better for you since he's been able to contain for so long. So during the 1-1-1 phase, we're going to be making Vikings, possibly Liberators, if he's going really heavy into the tank. And then as soon as we get our barracks online and our upgrades are almost finished, about 8:30, this is when we start making our starports after we've kind of established damage and we're trying to get ahead. Alright, now we understand. Alright, so let's take a look. Let's keep watching. Alright, so that's my build now. After this, I think it's just macro, and
Mineral field depleted.
I just lost his whole army there. Still expanding out.
Upgrade complete. Add-on.
I don't think he's very worried because he knows that he's got. Yeah, he's trying to check for drops. He's sending his units around. Okay, so I understand his build now. Okay, I'm not gonna play to the end of this. I'll put a link of the replay in the comments if you want to watch it on your own. You can do that. So let's take a look at this really quick. All right, so now we've got 4 bases, a whole mess of production, and it's not even 10 minutes yet. We are way up in this game. I like this a lot. Alright, now one thing I want to do is against this build, so his build, Innovation's build is this factory expand. I want to take a look at what Bunny's doing and see if this is a very special build that Innovation did against what Bunny's doing or not, or if it's just a standard build from him as well. So let's see. So we've got, looks like it's going to be Reaper expand, 17 supply scout, scouting for proxies because he's going to be a greedy boy. Okay, Reaper expand. Yep, there it is. Reaper expand. Okay, Reaper's going out. Very standard build. Marine for safety against the Reapers. Yep. Very standard. Hellion. Okay, yeah, so this is why he's got that bunker. This is brilliant. If we look at just the units right now, it's 3 Marines, a Reaper, and a Hellion versus 2 Reapers and 2 Hellions. If that bunker's not up, these 2 Hellions kill that, and that. The Reapers can kill this. So, bunker's very necessary if you're going to be this greedy. I like that. Okay, so Bunny's playing a standard, pretty safe build, not anything too ridiculous. Okay. Just going into Raven first. Raven, what's the first play? What's this Stargate? What's this for? What is this for? Okay, so tank. Raven tank. Got 1 Raven. Got 2 Ravens. 2 Ravens, and then he's going into... He's gonna start stim now. Okay, sees what's coming. Okay. Stim is going down. Getting his combat. +1/+1. More Rex coming out. Right, going into bio push as well. His armory was late, so he doesn't have the +1, +2, +2. Right. So yeah, this is a pretty standard build out of Bunny too. He's not doing anything very unique, at least for TBT. So it seems like this build is going to be good against a lot of what I do in the ladder. If I can get that first push really clean, I think that's going to help me just with a lot of the low league players. Just come up on here and deal with, give them an obstacle that they have to think about how to engage. And then if I can do that, then it's going to let me get an economic advantage and I'll be able to pull ahead, which will be very cool. Okay, so awesome. All right, now I guess I'll put this back on Innovation for the end of it here. So
Ready to plunder.
Additional supply depots.
there it is. All right, so yeah, I think this is a really cool build. I like the idea. I'm gonna get a little bit of exposure with the new Cyclone as well. I get one Cyclone out in the beginning to kind of stay alive, so I'm not just doing nothing. I have some opportunity to get a Cyclone out as well, see what that unit's about, and I think I'm gonna start practicing this video. If you're interested in how I learn my build orders, I have a whole series about that. I'll try to link that in the description as well. But yeah, about today, I think it's very important that if a new patch comes out, you think of it as a new opportunity to learn a new build. Um, you should also be very comfortable in your playstyle as to what you like, and you shouldn't just go blindly copy someone unless you like how they're playing it. What sold me was that putting the first four units here, like in the attack path here, third base here, the attack path here, and the third base there. That 4 unit placement was super cool. I really liked that. And having a dedicated little army group that goes in to see what's going on, get some scouting information if I can, get some damage if I can. If not, I can still leverage their advantage as to scouting is awesome. I really like that. So I'm going to definitely practice this build a bunch, see if I can get it. Um, and hopefully it will improve my terrible TVT rate on the ladder. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.